here. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of flashlights. One is an EDC, and the second is not an EDC flashlight, but we're going to talk about it regardless. So, the best flashlights, in my opinion, and well, yeah, this is based off of run times I've been doing extensive run times on at least 30 different flashlights. I've done extensive runtime testing on 30 different flashlights. I've done compatibility with most EDC flashlights. I've been doing consistent compatibility testing consistently. We're talking on a consistent basis. But at the end of the day, I have come down to three flashlights that I think are the best everyday carry flashlights, except for one. But I think these are the two best everyday carry flashlights for going into the year 2023 and beyond. Well, until new models come out. But there are two flashlights in particular that I am a huge fan of. This one is probably going to be the most interesting flashlight to come out in the year 2022. And I think a lot of people are going to want to buy this flashlight. But if you are a basic person who needs magnetic let me show you an example here, okay? So this flashlight here can stick to magnetic places, and then it can turn on magnetically, and it'll hold magnetically. That flashlight here, if you just need a basic flashlight that has a moonlight mode, which means it's just the LED barely comes on, and you need a basic flashlight that can go on a shirt or a belt clip or anything like that, just a basic flashlight, hands down basic, then the Olight Baton 3 Pro, I prefer the neutral white variant. So the Olight Baton 3 or Baton 3 Pro, whatever you want to call it, the technical term is Baton 3 Pro, from olightstore.com in the United States, or it is a Chinese manufacturer of flashlights. However, they have been known, which is interesting for a Chinese branded flashlight. But there's two different Chinese branded flashlights here that I find to be extremely reliable for the pricing. Surprisingly reliable, probably as reliable as most U.S. manufactured flashlight companies, other than Zebralight Incorporated, HDS Systems, Streamlight, and Surefire in the United States of America. There is EagleTac that I was thinking about, but other than that, I mean, these are pretty reliable Chinese manufactured flashlights. Now, Olight is a company that makes, they are the Apple of flashlights, meaning they make the most aesthetically pleasing flashlights in the world. I don't know of any other brand or company that makes aesthetically pleasing flashlights, but they make it short, simple, and they do have a dedicated manufacturing plant that they make their own flashlights in, which increases the chances of a bad flashlight being almost not going to happen. It can happen, but it is rare. They have their own quality control testing, and based on the videos I've seen of Olight branded flashlights, they have some pretty dang good quality control. Considering, for the most part, that Olight, like I said, has their own manufacturing, so they do that rigorous quality control. So the best flashlight I think of going into 2023 for EDC purposes, we're not talking about fancy anything, but for EDC purposes is going to be the Baton 3 Pro. It is a non-high CRI flashlight, color rendering index flashlight. It's around 70 in the CRI category. It comes with a 3200 milliamp battery, but I swap it out for the Olight proprietary 3500 milliamp battery, which is a 18650 proprietary battery. And as you can see here, it's a 3500 milliamp. And yes, their batteries are pretty reliable, considering they're pretty damn reliable. They're very tight. This is a very tight flashlight. Let me show you. It has a reversible clip. It has everything that you will need to get started when you get it in the box. So the Baton 3 Pro, this flashlight is extremely reliable. It's small, it's compacted, it's magnetic, it has a moonlight mode in case you are stranded. And you need to see absolutely at night. It has a little bit, I think it's about a half a lumen to a lumen. It's about that range. I don't think it's a lumen. It's like half a lumen. But if you need a survival light, this is perfect. It's also water resistant. I have put this in my tub about, I would say about 20 times, just for the heck of it, to see if it would still work. Oh no, it works just fine. I've dropped it in 5 feet of water, no problem. I've dropped it in an Olympic sized swimming pool, 18 feet underwater, not a problem. For some reason, it doesn't break. So it's been down into an Olympic sized swimming pool and it works just fine still. And it was down there for 10 minutes under 18 feet of water. I mean, for it to survive under eight. Now, don't put this in salt water though. It'll rust this. You don't want to do that. Or rinse it out immediately if you're going to use it in the sea. Just make sure it's rinsed really good. You rinse that with fresh water immediately or it'll rust like crazy. Other than that, I haven't had any issues with this flashlight. It has an auto dimming sequence thing. Let me show you. It dims. See how it dims? It's dimming automatically, but if you just double click, it's going to go to turbo, and then you can go low, medium, high, and then now you can still be high. So you just click it, and it's still high. It's a perfect flashlight. Let me explain why. It has a perfect circle of light. It's hard to see on a camera, but in real life, it's a very pleasant circular beam. It has some decent throw. It's not the best thrower. You're not going to get the best throw out of a Baton 3 Pro, but it is mainly for flood purposes, up close. I mean, you can probably go up 200 meters on turbo. It has 1,500 lumens in a burst that I know of. I don't know if it's 1,200 or 1,500 lumens. I forgot. But I think it's 1,500. I think it bursts up to 1,500. I think it's 1,500. But the CRI is 70. It even tells you here on the LED. It'll say 70 CRI. But anyways, the flashlight I think is like $49. It's not that expensive, or $59. I think it's not even that expensive. And they make it in this OD green, which I like. See, and no, this is not an advertisement. I'm not being sponsored by the Olight. However, this light was given to me as a courtesy. So it's not sponsored, but it was given to me as a courtesy light. I've had it since it came out, the day they came out with it. And I've dropped it a couple times, but I don't see no scratches yet. This is a very strong anodizing. Now, it's going to get beat up over time, but I am purposely making this light go through heck, if that makes sense. I'm purposely dropping it, scratching it. If it drops, I'm still using it. If it scratches, I'm still using it. I'm going to make sure that this light is a work light, if that makes sense. So this light here is neutral white, and it has a really nice tint. Now, the tint doesn't show good. Yeah, the tint shows yellow on the camera, but in reality, it's not yellow. It's more of a white light. But the iPhone camera shows it as yellow. That's not the truth. It's a neutral white. It's a very, very neutral white tint. Very neutral. It's a little yellow. I guess it's a little yellow, but not like that. Not like you're seeing here. It is a little bit yellow though. But it's a good light. It's a good everyday carry. It's very small, and you can attach a lanyard to it through here to the clip. You can hang it in like an 18-wheeler. Very small. Look at how small that is. Now, this is where I wanted to get fun. Now, if you're not into Olight flashlights or low CRI, I have a high CRI option. The Workhorse TS25. Oh, yes. I went here. Look, check this bad boy out. Check this bad boy out. This has 4 LEDs. Now, wait. So, not only does it have 4 LEDs, if you're not into Olights, and Workhorse has this for like, I think, $30 on their website. As it comes with a 5,000 milliamp 21700 battery, it is compact, and yeah, it'll fit. Oh, wait. You're still not excited? I'm not being sponsored. It is magnetic. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's magnetic. And not only is it magnetic, but it is 95 CRI plus. This I de-domed, meaning I made the tint on this one particularly darker and throwier. Look at that neutral for like 4,000, 5,000. This is about 4,200 to 4,400 Kelvin, but 95 CRI. So color renditioning, see how it's green? When you put the light on it, it should still be green, and you can still see the green on it. See how it's still green? Because it's a high CRI, color rendering index flashlight. Now, because I domed it, I have a lot more throw, but even if it's just a flutter, it's still a really good light. This is a 21700 flashlight, and when I tell you, it has the most perfect beam. It's perfect. And you can also feel the heat coming off it. You can do turbo, which is almost 4,000 or 3,000 lumens. I think it's like 3,000 lumens in turbo for quad LEDs. And if you don't even like that, well, this has Andro 2.0. Well, let me explain. Wait. Don't leave yet. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check this out. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have auxiliary LEDs. Yeah, no, this is not a joke. You have green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. We got blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got I think it's like a mix. No, it's blue. Okay, yeah, that's blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got purple, like a diamond purple, it looks like. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. It's like a mixture of like white and purple and blue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have like a dancing color. And those are called auxiliary, but when you turn the flashlight on, it stops. Also, this is Andro 2.0. So if you hold on. If you hold it, okay, so it's turned off. So 1, 2, hold. It has what's called candle. So check it out. It's actually flickering. So it acts like a candle. And then if you double click, it turns into a strobe. It's literally turned into a strobe light. Literally a strobe. Look at this. Like, if I put this in the front of my car, people are going to think I'm like, not like police, but like an airplane or something. And then if I do it again, it'll turn into a strobe, see? But this is very debilitating right here. So I can't show that. This one's even worse. You don't want to see this one. I mean, this thing is bad. And then you also have lightning. I know that sounds a bit strange, but it's actual lightning. See? Now it thinks it's lightning. See? Look at that. It actually acts like it's lightning. A thunderstorm. And then double click it again. It goes back to candle mode. You can adjust this by holding it down. See? Let me show you. Now it's actually back to candle mode. And now it's off again. So, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now it's off. So, not hold. Oh, now it's blinking. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's off. Okay. So it's off 100%. But yeah, it can literally go from half a lumen. So it's still on right now, actually. You can't see it, but look, it's actually still on. Very low lumen mode. I mean, we're talking bat mode at this point, and then you can turn it up. And then you can also push turbo. And then you get a really bright 95 CRI Nichia 519A experience. And yeah, it gets hot pretty fast because it's a compact body. But I mean, normally you're going to get about 500 lumens until the battery dissipates. And then you charge it through the USB right there. So that's what you'll do. You'll charge it. Because it's a flat top battery, so you can't just put it, I mean, you can put it in any charger other than the USB included. And then this thing will turn on and it'll tell you, hey, you know, it's done charging when it turns a solid blue. Yeah. So anyways, the point I'm making is, and then to turn it off, like to unplug it so it doesn't come on by itself, just twist. Look, it won't turn on now. So this is a really good flashlight. I highly recommend the Workhorse TS25. Now we're gonna go for the big boy here. Here comes out the big boy. Olight sent me this flashlight. This one is a compact thrower and flutter. So it is both, and the battery on it's no good, but I'm still gonna show it to you guys. So it turns on, but it doesn't last. So this is a compact thrower flashlight. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LEDs, but it also has the option for throwing or flooding. Throwing, flooding, thrower. Look how much throw it does. Look at this. This is on its lowest setting. Then also, you click this button here, pop, and it turns into a nice 100 lumen flutter for over 30 something hours. And then if I just turn this dial here, this was also sent by Olay. You turn this dial, it goes up to 6,000 plus lumens and holds it for more than 10 minutes, or it's like 2 or 3 minutes of like 6,000 lumens, and then it goes like to 2,000 lumens and then 1,600 lumens. It's very, very bright. Ready? But this is the flutter, and it's compact. Look how compact. Well, for a flutter light. Now, the most amazing thing I like about this light is the battery. Oh yes. So this is a lithium-ion battery. But it's not just a lithium-ion battery. It is a 6,500 milliamp 32650 flashlight lithium-ion battery. This motherfucker is as big as the Baton 3 Pro almost. Look at that. The battery is as big as this flashlight. That is, look how thick it is. Look at this. Look at that. It's magnetic. Look at that. It's thicker than the battery of 18650. Look how big this motherfucker. This motherfucker is huge. It's no good though, but the battery is glitching out. But other than that, let me show you guys. So I'm going to turn on the 7,000 lumen of this flashlight. By the way, it gives you an indicator. Oh, and if this ain't good enough for you, watch. Not only can I turn this flashlight on for you guys, but watch this. Check this out. This is the one thing I like about it. Not only does it have white LEDs, it has a dedicated red LED. Now, wait. You can also adjust the brightness on this red LED. But wait. Green LED. Blue LED. Now, this one's really cool. I don't know why this thing is so bright blue. It just really is a nasty color. But it has a blue LED. It has white, red, green, blue, white, red, green, and then blue. But it also has the white. Now, on the white one, I can push it up to 7,000 lumens really quick. Ready? And it it's not magnetic. It doesn't hold. Unfortunately, it does not hold. I wish it did, but it doesn't. But let me show you. Ready? Here's 7,000 lumens. That is 7. Ooh. Ow. Yeah, that's too bright. And then it also has a thrower, though. This is the one that separates most flashlights that are pretty compact. It has a thrower LED on it. And then this is on its lowest setting. And then this is on its highest setting. And I can feel the heat coming off of it. I can also light up that tree out there. I'm lighting up the signs all around. But it's during the daytime, too. Then you can adjust the brightness down with the dial. See? With the dial. You can do that. And it also tells you what's going on. But you can't see that during the day. But it tells you the LED status. This flashlight has a thrower and a flutter built into it. See, that's a flutter, and that's a thrower LED. This is its lowest setting. This will last more than 30 hours of fully charged battery. Oh, and it's a magnetic charging. Pop the charger on, wait for it to turn green. You're good to go for a long time. And it tells you right here, it can shoot up to 600 meters at a 7,000 lumen turbo. Up to 600 meters on the throw. See? So 600 meters is more than 1,000 feet on its highest setting here. So this setting here, that's burning my skin from this far away, over a foot now. Let me see. I can still feel the heat this far, all the way to the the window, and I still feel the heat. And then it's 7,000 lumen setting. I still feel the heat, and I can still feel the heat even on the flutter setting. And then you can dial it down to just 100 lumens. Another great flashlight. This will probably be more popular for a lot of regular flashlight enthusiasts, not like the extreme ones that want like high CRI flutters. But I think a lot of people are going to want this flashlight more than normal, just because that it could both do flood. You turn it, the dial, pop it on, 100 lumens, and then another 100 lumens here. This is the thrower. This is the flutter. I think it's a very simple. Oh, it's water resistant. I put it in the water. Works just fine. I think a lot of people will want this because it has a flutter and a thrower. And I think a lot of people would want this. But it's going to be very pricey, unfortunately. But you pay for what you get, and I say that. So if you want the cheapest option, you could probably go with the Workhorse TS25 in 2023. It's a high CRI, 21700 USB-C rechargeable, water-resistant flashlight, 4 quad LEDs. It is a flutter type of flashlight. It is Nichia 519A, 5,000 Kelvin, but I don't mind. Made it like 4,400 Kelvin, 4,200 Kelvin, but you can see it's a lot warmer than my other flashlights. And I think this would be a great flashlight for just a lot of people because you can just plug it in USB-C and make sure you close this to charge it. And it's not that expensive. And yes, I've tested its water resistance and it's held up underneath 4 feet of water for 20 minutes. So assuming that everything works on this is how compact it is. A lot of people could use this flashlight. If you're a very simple person and want to spend a little bit more money on a fancier looking flashlight while still having it in your pocket for everyday carry, you're going to go ahead and pick the Olight Baton 3 Pro, and I highly actually recommend this. It is a non-high CRI flashlight, but this is low, medium, high, low, medium, high, low, and then if you double tap it, click. But it also has strobe. So you got strobe. And then it also has, if you hold it from off, it has I think it's 0.5 or 0.4 lumens. So in the middle of the night, let's say it's the darkest of the darks. You're in a hallway. There's no lights. You're in a basement. And you have no electricity. And there's no way to charge this flashlight. You're stuck in a really bad situation. Anything. This might help you to get you where you need to go to, because once your eye is adjusted to complete and total darkness, you can actually see with 0.5 lumens. You won't see very well, but if you look at things closely with it, yeah, it'll save you. And on low, it'll last more than a day on, like actually on. I think it lasts like 2 days, 3 days on low from fully charged 3,200 milliamp battery, but you might want to pop in a 3,500 milliamp proprietary battery. So this is a medium setting, which most people use. You can work around your car. It can pop up to the metal here. It'll pop up to the metal of your car. It'll hang. This is just not as metal as other things. There's some more metals that are more sticky than others, but it will hold if you have a car. And I think it'll slide. I think it'll slide because it's not too metallic. But like on car metal, like it'll hold. See, it's holding. It'll work while you're working on cars. So if you're at an awkward angle, yeah, you would still be able to do this. So you could still kind of hold it and then work on your vehicle as intended. Yeah, it's taking some drops. I don't really see anybody having any issues with the Baton 3 Pro. They're not that expensive. And then you could always ask for maybe like a discount. Sometimes they'll give that to you, especially if you're a new customer. But I'm not being advertised. But the Workhorse TS25 high CRI flashlight, it's a 21700 flashlight. So it's a 21700 flashlight. It is also magnetic, but it's not 5,000. It's 5,000 Kelvin. This is 4,000-ish Kelvin. I made it warmer because look how nice that looks. I mean, look, even on the camera, that looks nice. Oh yeah, even on the camera, it looks like a perfect thrower. And then it's also magnetic, and as you can see, it's holding. So you can use this on cars. You put it, it's about a 500 lumen flashlight after it heats up. Because when you put it on turbo, this is the brightest setting. I can actually feel the heat, but it's going to turn down because this gets hot because of the 4 quad LED 519A Nichia. But it will turn down its lumens. But it'll be like a 500 lumen flashlight. It'll last for like 4 hours on a total charge until the light gets too low and you better turn it off or you'll break the battery. So about 4 hours from a 500 lumen or turbo setting, I think is good enough on its highest setting. But then if you just turn it down here, see, you can just do that. Or if you click it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it flickers and then it steps. See, step, 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 low. And if you turn it up to 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna get more than 24 hours of run time on this. You can probably get away with 24 hours on this setting here. Right there. But that's 24 hours. Guaranteed. I've done it. I've tested it. 24 hours. Also, if you have extra 21700 flat tops, pop them in the flashlight, you're going. With Olight, the Baton 3 Pro, whether it be the OD green, black, neutral white, cool white, you can always buy an extra battery from their company. Get a 3500 milliamp battery, and you're set. Pop this one out, take it out, pop the other proprietary battery in on the go. You're in a cave, you're in a remote work area, you're always going to have light. But always, I have a rule of thumb. Always carry more than one flashlight. Always. And always, if possible, carry a better flashlight, a high quality flashlight. Not just an EDC, but another high quality light of some sort that you know that works. Don't carry cheap $10 flashlights. I hate to say this, but in an emergency situation, you're going to want to carry at minimum of 2 flashlights. If you know you're going to go into a really dangerous situation of any kind, don't be playing around. Carry 2 flashlights. Highly recommend a 1 EDC flashlight for every day. If you got to carry 1 flashlight, at least carry 1 18650 base. It doesn't have to be this flashlight, but carry 1 18650 base flashlight, and then maybe 1 21700 base, or get rid of this one and then just carry this one. But carry something with you. Don't be out in the dark without a flashlight. Whether it's on a boat, whether it's on a boat, a Carnival cruise line. Let's say the ship loses auxiliary power, or it loses the generators, or the ship tilts, or something. I mean, you might survive longer if you know what you can see. Let's say the boat capsizes for some reason, and you're stuck in an air pocket like I've seen on YouTube. You might be able to live if you could see what you're doing. So having the flashlight on you would be better than not having the flashlight on you. Because if the boat capsizes over, maybe you find an air pocket. In an airplane, let's say you're crashing over the ocean. I know that sounds terrible. The plane goes down in the ocean. Let's say it's a soft landing. You know, you might be able to hold this in your hand while swimming to see kind of what you're doing. You better grab that goddamn flotation device quickly and grab on at least 2 of them. If everybody else is knocked out when they landed and you're somehow still alive, you better grab at least 2 of those floating things, or 3 of them, and you better hold on to them as tight as possible. And hold on to as many as possible if nobody else is, because you have a better chance of staying afloat if you carry more than one of those seats. If you carry more than one of those seats, then more likely you're going to be more comfortable in that floating position. And also carry a flashlight. I understand that it's not going to save your life, but if there's an airplane out there, you know, quick to street, you know, if you see them, you could strobe this, and they might be able to see it. You might be able to save yourself. All these flashlights have strobe options. You're out in the middle of nowhere, another boat's in the distance. The strobe might be able to capture their eye better than if you're just waving. Preferably, it's better to have a beacon. I mean, that's what the beacon mode here is for, because it can just shoot out pulses of light, and they can pick that up on all different kinds of night, like, you know, like if a person has like night vision, the strobe feature will be perfect because it'll blind them even at a very far distance. So I highly recommend carrying a flashlight. You don't have to, but I mean, we kind of dumb not to carry a flashlight. If there's a major power outage, you're in a big building, you're stuck in an elevator. I mean, you won't be able to get out the elevator, but it's better than being in the dark. And your cell phone light ain't gonna help forever. And you need a cell phone for emergencies, right? Better to have a light than have a cell phone. For all intent for using it as a flashlight, because your cell phone ain't gonna survive seawater too long. Even if you get it out the water, the seawater will ruin that cell phone. So even if you still have the cell phone, you're not gonna have coverage out there. I mean, if somehow, some way, you're able to SOS emergency feature the iPhone. I mean, somehow if you're able to get steady enough on the water, you may be able to SOS somebody. If the water isn't like too rough and you're not moving too much, you might actually be able to get a signal. But remember, the charging port is going to be ruined, and the phone is going to end up rusting, especially near the charging port. Especially if you're out there more than 24 hours. Oh, it will rust the crap out of it. But you might be able to make that one phone call or text message saying, "Hey, I'm out in the middle of the ocean, help." You might be able to do it if you can just somehow grab that satellite. Might. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying might. That's why I always recommend. I don't know why people don't do this, but when you're going on a long distance flight, always have your phone at 100%. Okay? Because you never freaking know when you're going to need that 100%. Okay? Because everything's going to get ruined when it gets wet. However, your phone will still work even if the charge is ruined. It still has 100% battery to go through. Okay? It's going to be seawater. So it's going to suck. It's going to ruin the phone. If you're still alive, you might be able to hang up to those satellites. In the iPhone 14 and probably the S23 or S24 will have it. You'll be able to make that emergency SOS feature. Even if you're rocking in the water, you might be able to capture it. I don't think you will, but if you know where north and south is, you might be able to use the compass of the phone and kind of orientate yourself, and it might be able to tell you where it's at without cell phone coverage. There's no cell phone coverage out in the middle of the waters. So you might be able to get lucky to get an SOS out there. And they might be able to use your GPS location to finally kind of tell you, hey, this is where you're at. So highly recommend at least carrying one flashlight. And that's it. Like, I just highly recommend it. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, you're gonna get dehydrated, obviously. You know, if somehow possible, and the phone, the plane is slowly, going under the water, but not like really fast, and they tell everybody to evacuate. See if you can grab a couple water bottles somehow. I don't care if it's somebody else's water. Don't be stupid when you go out there. Put it in your pockets or grab onto it or put it in like a purse, like someone's purse when they're driving out the airplane. If they're knocked out, grab their purse or something. Put the water in there if you can't. I'm not saying that it's gonna save you, but would you rather be dehydrated and drinking seawater and dying faster, or would you rather have some water to drink at least? So humans can survive without food for a while, but they cannot survive without water. It's really stupid. The human feature is weird. But get the water. Grab the water if you can. Do not, even if the airplane's on fire, see if you can't see any water anywhere while everybody else is rushing to get out. If it's not sinking right away, it's floating. See if you can't grab that water. I'm just giving out some friendly advice about flashlights. There's been situations where people could have survived if they had a light, and they didn't. You never know when you're going to need it. I understand it's not even that expensive. This is like $60. This one's like 30 something dollars. You can get it on their website, Workhorse, and they ship it to you from China. It takes a while, but it'll get there eventually. Sometimes they ship it from the USA. These are good flashlights to have. They're for emergencies. You put it in the glove compartment, you forget about it, or you use it every single day to walk your dogs. This is water resistant. It's pee resistant. Trust me. Some dogs have urinated on this. Didn't ruin the flashlight, or it won't ruin any of these flashlights I'm recommending. Even the Olight Marauder Mini. But point I'm making is, have a flashlight. And always remember this: if you're going to be in an airplane and you're going down, and the pilot manages to land the airplane without sinking immediately. They're going to deploy the chute. Most likely it's going to be a water landing. Grab more than one seat. Try to grab 2 or 3. Maybe 2. Just 2. Don't grab just one. If there's not that many people on the airplane and you land, grab 2 of them. Don't grab just one. In case one likes to slip away, and then you're going to, you're not going to live. So try to grab 2 seats. Don't grab just one. Try to grab 2 of them. Okay? It's better to have 2 than 1. Just saying. I'm not a professional on the... I've never been in that situation, but that's what I would do. I'd grab 2 if the airplane wasn't full. Try to grab 2 and see if you could somehow get to the food in the back of the airplane, even if it's dramatic. Water's coming in. I don't know. Just grab a bottle of water and sip on that. Or grab 2 of them. Grab all of them and then give it to people if they need it. Grab a purse. If there's a purse that's come out through the overhead compartment, I don't care if it's a woman's purse or not and whatever. Grab it. Throw the water in there because you're going to need it. Okay, it might be 10 hours, 12 hours before they get you out the water. Or even more. Drink the water and drink it immediately. As everybody's panicking, drink the freaking water because it'll keep you hydrated for more than 24 hours. Because you're gonna get dehydrated out there from the fatigue of the movement of the waves and the hot seawater, or even cold seawater. You might become hypothermic. So there's nothing you can really do about that. But it's better to be hypothermic and hydrated than it is to be hypothermic and dehydrated. You can't win both, but it's better to be hypothermic and hydrated than it would be to be dehydrated, because you'll live a little longer if you're hydrated more than dehydrated. And try not to get salt water in your mouth, or you'll become very sick. There's so many germs in the ocean water. That's why I don't go in there no more. After I heard about that brain eating omega, I'm done with the ocean, bro. I'm done with lakes. So that's what I recommend. I recommend these 2 flashlights, and I also recommend the 3rd flashlight I showed. Those will be good flashlights going into the year 2023. I mean, they're cheap to get, easy to get. Amazon, the olightstore.com, Workhorse website, the official website. Make sure it's always official. Pay $30. You get a 21700 battery, USB-C rechargeable, 95 CRI rendition, and a good flooding light, and it'll last you hours on a medium setting. This one will last over 24 to 48 hours and days, a month on moonlight mode. So this setting here will last like a month or more. So good flashlights, highly recommended, but they're not the best flashlights when it comes to color rendering index or pricing, but they'll get you where you need to go to. And that's what I recommend. I don't know if you're not carrying a flashlight, movie theater, power goes out, there's a really bad tornado. I mean, it's better to have a flashlight to see what you're doing, because not everybody's going to have it. Thank you guys for watching. You have yourself a wonderful day.